My fellow Biafrans, hear this important information. According to the intel we get here, the Igbos, the Biafrans, and every other thing that have to do with IPOB have been mapped out for extermination, courtesy of the so-called ruling of the appeal court. As I said on 2 of my videos I posted this morning, the bandit Bello Tunji and his men are about to surrender. Why are they surrendering for? They want to deploy them through the military to the southeast to wipe out anything that have to do with the southeasterners. So Sonia Akparawa that is running his mouth, nobody is going to remember Cross River. Nobody is going to remember Akwa Ibom. Nobody is going to remember rivers. Neither will they remember Delta or Ebonyi. My brother, not Ebonyi, Bayelsa, sorry to say. We are in for a very long ride. IPOB uncovered plot targeting Ndigbo for extermination. That is the headline. Onye mara ife oya eme ya mee. Onye mana asu ya suo n'ikwe, onye makwana asu ya su jisi okporo okwu ya. Ugo ebere na mgbagbu. Onye ọbụla megide kwado onwe ya because ife ya eme. According to Igbo adage, asi ihe ukwu mere mbosi ahịa ukwu. But one thing that is giving me assurance and one thing that makes me to they happy is because whatever an Igbo man started, he must surely see the end of it. We don't fight to run. And according to adage, say he who fights to run lives to fight another day. Let's take what happened 1967 to 1970 as a kind of child's play, with a joke. But this time around, the zoo will really have us to contend. They think that all these Boko Harams, bandits, or whatever they call them, that they are sending to the southeast, they can do us anything. You never know Igbo people. You never know them very well. When you know them very well, you will know that all these things are mere caricature to the Igbos. Like we decide to keep quiet, or we decide to keep silent does not mean we don't know what to do. You people should stop taking the silence or quietness of the lion for weakness. It is never a weakness. But lion always like to strategize before attacking. That is the only thing I can assure you out there. Chief of Defense Staff Christopher Musa, Edward Buba, who is their defense media directorate. Get ready, money bags, goodie bags, and every other bags. Your man is going to be reporting back to you. It is not a threat. I'm only encouraging my people to stay strong. I'm not inciting anybody to violence. But I'm telling my people to do what? To get ready because I had in Akatanga. Arrest my case. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. I, Okulora One of Asia, is here with very, very important information. I don't say my matter is to the day strong for the amount. Another one is a critical reflection on the northern political, social, and religious interests in Biafra land. All these things have been signed and sealed. Last year or last 2 years, I made mention that the Biafra land have sold the Biafra land, and where they are having problem is where they are sharing the money. Some people say, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. Uzo Dinjo, hopeless. The governor of Imo State have sold the entirety of Imo State to the Fulanis. My brother, Jejuese, my word I never spoke anything that never come to pass. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a native doctor. You cannot call me Akwatiwaraki, or call me Oneze Jesus, or call me Oduheje. My brother, I am here with my own gift, and I am exhibiting my own gift to the best of my knowledge. I said it. Some people say for where it is beginning to play out one after the other. Let me shock you again. All the whole people Chukwumacha Soludo recruited in form of Agune Chamber or President Udogachi, all of them, emphasis on all, 95 of them are hardened criminals, repentant Boko Harams, repentant, criminals that are in a death row, and then the remaining strategic ones in their midst, then come be the DSS, police, military, and Nigeria Air Force. All these people are what combine together to make up that Agone chamber in Anambra State. What are they there to do? To reduce the population, to destabilize the state of Anambra, just to make sure Chukwumacha Soludo went in for second term. People of Anambra State, the only state that produced the highest billionaires in Igbo land. I'm watching all of Ona. Ndi billionaire, no. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. Please let this message go viral. Let every Okeke and Okafu, as long as you are from the southeast, get hold of this message. You get why. To save life and also to save our territorial integrity. I'm not even calling the men on the ground. All those ones are chaff. We are being surrounded and guided by the Almighty Chukwu Okeabiama. That's the only thing. The gods of our land are the only protector we have now. Men on ground are all chaff. In a recent press release, the Directorate of State, DOS, of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, frowns at a statement by prominent controversial Muslim cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, who is directly instigating efforts to create chaos and destabilize the southeastern region of Nigeria. Let me ask you, DOS, southeast, just call it the Biafra land. This southeastern region of Nigeria still indicates that you people are not following the trend. It is painful. According to the statement, controversial Sheikh Ahmed Gumi on January 28, 2025 proposed that the government armed Igbo youth to combat IPOB members. IPOB claims that his statement is a part of a broader plot to provoke conflict in the southeast region. The Biafra Freedom Movement further pointed to a viral video showing a new director of the Department of State Service DSS in Imo State assembling armed youths and insulting them to target IPOB members. As it stands, the DOS have emphasized that Sheikh Gumi's remark aligns with a well-known, long-standing agenda to impose instability and anarchy on Ndigbo. And in response, IPOB issued a stern warning stating that her scrutiny arm, the Eastern Security Network, is fully prepared to protect the people of the Southeast against any threats. IPOB highlighted that the defending Old Eastern region is primary reason for establishment of ESN. You wanna see what happened here now? DSS, the head of DSS, director of DSS in Imo State, have assembled our able-bodied youths for them to go out there and die in the battlefield, fighting their own brothers, fighting the people who make sure that our territorial integrity are being protected. And you told me that the Southeast Biafra land from Imo State, starting from Imo State, have not been sold to the Fulanis. On the joke, when I say something, the earlier you take me serious, the better. Otherwise, ignore me at your own peril. Okay? Additionally, IPOB used the press release to mark the 4th anniversary of ESN and celebrate the wing's achievement, particularly in improving agricultural activities and securing farmlands by combating violent elements disguised as herdsmen. The movement reaffirmed her commitment to safeguarding the Southeast, urging Ndigbo to remain vigilant and growing security challenges. Recall that the call by Gumi was viral on the social media and published by many national dailies, including Sahara Reporters. However, netizens attack him for his hypocrisy and entitlement mindset. They question why he has not recommended for Nigeria government to arm the Hausa youths against the Fulani herdsmen, the real terrorists maiming and killing people daily in northern Nigeria. Some called for his arrest for such genocidal commitment, or rather comment. Family Writers Press, All International, bringing this news. A critical reflection on the northern political, social, and religious interest in Biafra land. After a careful observation, there are abundant statistical evidence showing that the persistent and questionable interest shown by the Islamic extremist-dominated northern clerics and political leaders in the social and political affairs of Biafra land, Old Eastern region, is born out of hypocrisy and entitlement. Recently, we have witnessed misguided and inflammatory statements from politicians and clerics promoting false narratives and subtle encouraging instability in the Biafra region. Notably, many of these figures, including Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, are aligned with the Fulani marauders' ideologies, but yet enjoy government backings. A closer look reveals a deliberate attempt by these provocateurs to sow insecurity and chaos in Biafra land. Controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi's recent call to arm Igbo youth to fight members of the indigenous people of Biafra movement is a strategy ploy aimed at fostering internal conflict and anarchy. The ultimate goal seems to be weaken Biafra land and pave the way for greater control by external forces. And quite unfortunately, so some governors from the region appear to be complicit in advancing these agendas. Gumi, along with others who recently accused IPOB's leadership of terrorism, is part of a broader scheme designed to destabilize the Biafra region. Their mission seems clear: to create conditions ripe for anarchy and conquest. However, IPOB remains vigilant and committed to protecting Ndigbo, which is Biafra land, and her people. We are all aware of the ongoing attempts to replace indigenous communities across Nigeria with foreign terrorists from the Sahel. But thanks to the intelligence capabilities of M Branch, IPOB have constantly thwarted these moves, recognizing that IPOB stands as a formidable obstacle to their expansionist agenda. These extremists have resorted to promoting anarchy, hoping to manipulate Biafrans into turning against one another. Questions to Ndigbo in general. Since the situation in the region warrants a critical assessment and actions, is it not pertinent to question why the governors of the region have continuously created multiple security outfits in such a short time? Is it really to protect the people, or is there a hidden agenda? Because available facts suggest otherwise. Sheikh Gumi's recommendation to arm Igbo youths to fight IPOB essentially translates to inciting Igbo youths to kill their own. This echoes Olusegun Obasanjo's infamous confession about using Igbo individuals to fight their brethren during the Biafra genocidal war in 1967. The role of governors in Biafra land, Old Eastern region. Let us revisit Gumi's speech. He advocates arming Igbo youths against IPOB, while the governors in Biafra land have formed security outfits such as Ebubago, who are often composed of men from Yoruba and Fulani backgrounds. Ebubago's violent activities, including the killing and disappearing of hundreds innocent Igbo youths, including the tragic murder of 7 young men returning from a wedding, are well documented. In just 3 years, these governors have established over 5 security outfits. Anambra alone has more rising security forces than infrastructural projects. This clearly shows that the governors in Biafra land do understand and are playing along with the hidden agenda behind Gumi's call to create chaos and anarchy within the Igbo land. It is time for Ndigbo to come together and reject these divisive tactics while acknowledging the true motives of those pretending to act in their best interests. So far, so good. IPOB have remained the only formation that is genuinely committed to safeguarding Ndigbo, ensuring the security of Biafra land, and fighting for justice for Igbo people. This is why IPOB is being targeted by the Caliphate for destruction, and the more reason IPOB and the Directorate of State must be protected and defended at all costs. for the Family Writers Press International. Now there, this message they come from. Then I ask you, those of you out there who are still doubting the capability and efficacy of Ukuru Nation, what have you to say in this matter? Because everybody must surely collect. In fact, everybody must chop breakfast in one way or the other. Anyway, the last but not the least, coming from NigeriaNews.com, EFCC uncovers how former AGF opened multiple accounts to divert public funds. A witness in the trial of former acting Accountant General of the Federation, Chukwunyere Anamekwe Nwabu Oku, has disclosed how the ex-AGF opened multiple bank accounts to divert public funds. Nigerians report that Anamekwe is facing trial on a 9-count amended charges of money laundering to the tune of 868,465,000 naira brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. My people, let me pause here. How many times can Oshi Adunwoke Nanya before Marife? Ndigbo, make ona know something. In fact, make ona stop collecting appointment from these daredevil politicians in the Asorok. Ona no want to hear. Make ona support the Biafran movement. Ona refuse. They are charging you for. I'm not saying it is good to be a criminal, oh, my brother. I never supported that. But let us face the fact squarely. They are charging you for 868 million, right? Not up to 1 billion. Accountant General of the Federation under Buhari stole over 143 billion naira. After they catch him, they went on pre-bargain. And the man was able to provide only 30 billion. And they left him, and the man is working freely. An Igbo man now is being charged for 868 million and 465,000 by EFCC, who could not, even Hadija, what do they call him, humanitarian minister under Buhari, stole over 40 billion naira. When they even small her, she says she cannot appear before any commission. Nobody is troubled her. Nobody is bringing her to court. Nobody called her for questioning. Nobody got her arrested. Ndigbo, marana ihe. Osisi atụgọrọ n'anya ugboro na abụ dọọ nke ịtọ dọọ nke ịnọ. In fact, up to 20 times. Ndigbo achụghị ịma ihe. Ew, amụta amaghị ihe n'ọgọ ma ọ bụkwa nwanne o. Giving birth to somebody who don't know anything is better that person remain childless. So, exactly what is happening in Igbo land. We have a lot of people who claim they know something, who claim that the white people, or rather the white men, are from the east, but their brain is being empty. In fact, their brain is being occupied by cockroaches. But see them now. Rota Sokorocha, how much did they use to break his mansion in Abuja? How much? 2.1 billion naira. Yaya Bello, 84 billion naira. He go to EFCC at will after many months, going to 1 year. Ojuzo Carlo, how much did they use to put him in prison? What about Ayo Fayose? 6.7 billion naira. He's working freely. What about Malami? How many billion? In dollars, Malami himself is in dollars. Over $4 billion. That is about 5-something trillion naira. It's what Malami diverted, and he's nowhere to be found. Ndigbo, ọ na-ama ihe, ọ na-bụ ndị iberibe. Iberibe Igbo na ndị Igbo, and ha ya amakwa ihe again. Speaking at Friday proceedings, the witness Ukeria Ezobi, ọkwa onye Igbo na agbakwa witness ebe nwanne ya no. A Senate Bank staff member told Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court Abuja that she opened 4 company accounts for contractors with the Federal Ministry of Defense. Ezobi, the EFCC's first witness, stated that the 4 companies are the Mail Synergy Concept Limited, Touch Global Investment Limited, and Laptop Bridge Limited, and the Arafura Transnational Afro Limited. Lead in evidence by EFCC's counsel, Ekene Ihanacho, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Ezobi disclosed that most withdrawals from the account were in cash, adding that the defendant benefited from them. Ngwamekona see again. EFCC's lead counsel, where they prosecute his own brother, the same Igbo. Obasanjo said it. He used Igbos against Igbos in the genocidal war against the Biafrans. Gowon, in his own part, said he regretted for not using the Igbos against Igbos because Igbos are very easy to be bought over. Look at Onye Igbo, the witness Onye Igbo, and the son, senior advocate of Zojuria, who is there to prosecute him, Onye Igbo from. Okay, no problem. Iyana tendered the accounts opening packages before the court and marked them as exhibits by Justice Omotosho. Also, the EFC's second witness, Felix Nweke Onye Igbo, identified himself as a director at the office of the Accountant General of the Federation. He said he was the deputy director, finance at the Federal Ministry of Defense between 2018 and 2020. Nweke said he worked under the defendant, facilitating payments. The witness told the court that the defendant asked him to open company accounts so he could access funds. He mentioned contacting Gideon Joseph, a resource person to the ministry, stating that the director instructed them to open the accounts with Zenith Bank. Nweke narrated that he met Ezeobi at the bank and she opened accounts for them, stating that he always received instructions from the director to raise funds or make transfers to people and would normally oblige. During cross-examination, Nweke said the ministry is funded by the appropriation bill signed the president. He admitted that Anamekwe is not an approving officer in the ministry but conveys the approvals for the release of the said funds. My people, what are going on? No. Oyamana asu yasu oni ikwe. Oyamakana asu yasu disi mkpụrụ okwu ya. Na ya mi go take bar break. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe. Ke mesiano, my people.